smaller government, lower taxes, and more freedoms. What David did in his community is exactly the kind of leadership we need in this state city. I may feel like I'm the better candidate, but that's exactly the kind of grassroots, grounded leadership that we should all be looking for. An excellent example of what is missing in many other candidates, but exactly what the kind of thing we need to do. You brought up something that also gives me a chance to talk about how I am connected body and soul to this place. You mentioned where the Decatur waterworks used to be. It's a huge park. I would disagree about jamming it up. I know it intimately. I was arrested there. I was, as a teenager, with some friends. My parents knew where we were. We had a .22. We were at a bow and arrow and just shooting at trees. There's never been a greater guarantee of a longer life for an animal than me taking aim at it. Sure enough, the one place where you could see all the way up to where that tennis court is, a cop comes by, drives by, and being teenagers, of course, we took off. And they, needless to say, found us. And as the probation officer told me, I was a teenager, and so you won't be able to find this in the records. There's two kinds of folks, those that get caught and those that don't. Guess which class you fall in, kid. And I took that lesson to heart. But that's actually a beautiful piece of wildlife sustaining green space that I really would be reticent to dam up and fill with water. There's all kinds of wildlife back there. It's one of the few huge pieces of undeveloped property, and I hope we can keep it. But I do believe that we do need to look for expanding our reservoirs where we've got them. Start though with the leaks. The legislature has been looking at that, and that is the #1 place where we can save water is we go after the leaks, just as David talked about. Second is going into conservation. Third is providing the incentives and mandates to your future development. To this point, Gwinnett County, Forsyth County, all these other counties have been developing a pace without having to bear the costs that we're all going to end up having to bear in water. Those are externalities that are a product that they're able to purchase without recognizing the full cost to the rest of us. And when they develop those outward communities with big old lawns and full spigots, they're putting a cost on all of us because they're draining water that we're ultimately going to have to pay by expanding our reservoirs and by proposing conservation and by finding those leaks. But I think the leadership we showed in this neighborhood is exactly the kind of thing that we need to look for, and I sure laud him for that. Well,